Right worship, the Right Honourable the Lady Mayor.
Good afternoon, my Lady Mayor, Aldermen. I'm Gemma Stokely from the Town Clerk's Department, and as you are aware, a recording of this public meeting will be available on the City Corporation's YouTube channel, where it shall be retained for up to 1 civic year. My Lady Mayor, I can confirm that the meeting is quorate and there is.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to those of you observing today's meeting online.
Thank you, Lady Mayor. Gallery doors to be opened, please.
Gallery doors to be open and the public to be admitted.
The first question on the agenda is that the minutes of the court's last meeting held on the 9th of December 2025 are correctly reported. That is to agree. On the contrary, the Lady Mayor declares the minutes of the court and council the table by Lady Mayor. At item 2, Alderman Sir Andrew Park.
My Lady Mayor. In taking their leaves of Alderman Sir Peter Kenneth Esplin upon his retirement as the Alderman for the ward of Coleman Street, this court desires to place on record its most sincere appreciation of the service that he's given to the City Corporation, and in particular to this court over the past 12 years. Hailing from Portsmouth, Sir Peter attended King Edward's School, Whitley, foundation school set up by the City of London, and has remained a staunch advocate for and supporter of it ever since. He read economics and accounting at the University of Bristol and joined Deloitte Haskins and Sells to train as a chartered accountant, becoming a partner with Coopers and Lybrand in 1993. He was Chief Financial Officer for Salomon Brothers Asia and then for Citi's investment and corporate banking divisions in New York and London. He joined Barclays Bank in 2008 and was appointed Acting Group Chief Financial Officer in August 2013, the same year that he was admitted to this court. In 2016, Sir Peter was elected to the office of Sheriff of the City of London, and in 2018 he became the city's 691st Lord Mayor. Sir Peter's mayoral theme was shaping tomorrow's city today, promoting the sheer scale of innovation taking place in the UK, alongside championing digital skills, particularly to create a more inclusive society. The significant efforts of the digital Lord Mayor, as he became known, produced a lasting legacy in the establishment of Future.Now, a coalition of UK businesses and organisations committed to boosting the digital skills of the UK. It has undoubtedly been a testament to his work during his mayoral year. Following that mayoral year, Sir Peter was knighted in the 2020 New Year's Honours for services to international business, skills and inclusion. And Sir Peter was also recognised for his efforts to support the charitable and voluntary sectors. Following a 30-year career in finance and banking, Sir Peter now holds several non-executive and charitable appointments in banking, digital innovation and skills. These include Chair of Banking Group plc, Non-Executive Director Rothschilds & Co and NM Rothschild Limited, Non-Executive Director of the Institute of Apprenticeships, and Chair of the Association of Apprenticeships, the National Association for Apprenticeships. Sir Peter has always made time throughout his impressive professional and civic career to devote to charitable community activities. He's Vice President of King Edward's School, his former school, and an ancient foundation, as you know, supporting children in need of a boarding education, and a patron of on-side youth zones. Sir Peter has served on numerous committees during his time with the corporation. He is, notably for this court, a long-serving chairman of our nominations committee, where I know that his knowledge and sage advice was often called upon and much appreciated by many members of this court. In taking their leave of Sir Peter, his colleagues would like to express to him, to Lindy and to their family their very best wishes for their future health and happiness. Many here will recall fondly a Lord Mayor with real flair and his inimitable ABBA tribute that was part of Merrill Year. And not written in the script, but I do recall him singing at his farewell event in Guildhall, having been sponsored to the tune of £1,000. The auctioneer then said, "Who will give me £1,000 not to hear him sing?" And he took another 15,000. We hope that Sir Peter and family will long retain many happy memories of their civic lives and all they have achieved for the City of London Corporation, and for this court. I so move, my lady.
Thank you, Sir Andrew. Is the motion seconded? I rise to second the motion. Thank you. All in favour to the dancing queen himself?
All.
On the contrary? It's carried. It's unanimously. Item 3 of your agenda, the motion is that several persons named be admitted to vote accordingly, and that members is to agree. Contrary, Lady Mayor declares the motion to be carried. At item 4, Sir William.
My Lady Mayor, there were a number of matters that were considered and approved at the meeting of your General Purposes Committee of Aldermen earlier this morning, which now require the formal approval of this honourable. I shall summarise and put each in turn. Firstly, your General Purposes Committee considered a report noting that the Worshipful Company of Builders Merchants had presented a bylaw amendment for approval by the Court of Law as required under the terms of its charter. The General Purposes Committee noted that the bylaw amendment presented, which had been agreed unanimously at a meeting of the company's Court General, would limit the voting rights of past masters to 10 years of their passing the chair rather than the present 15 years, unless they continue to serve on a company committee. It's therefore recommended that this court approve the bylaw amendment presented by the Worshipful Company of Merchants. My Lady Mayor, all of this I now submit to this honourable court for approval.
Thank you, Alderman Sir William Russell. That then is to agree, members. On the contrary, the Lady Mayor declares the motion to be carried back to the Chairman of the General Purposes.
My Lady Mayor, never the General Purposes Committee considered a report noting that the Worshipful Company of Needlemakers had presented a draft supplemental charter to Aldermen for its approval. Your General Purposes Committee approved the draft supplemental charter and schedule of bylaws presented by the Worshipful Company of Needlemakers. The draft supplemental charter updates and modernises a charter issued by King Charles II in 1664. The supplemental charter updates the company's governance arrangements, expanding its objects from a focus on the regulation of the needle-making industry to include civic and community objects with appropriate corporate powers. The company is also seeking to increase its permitted livery from 250 to 300 people, and to allow masters of the company to be known, if they wish, as prime warden. The schedule to the supplemental charter sets out bylaws which will govern the company's operations. These are in line with the governance procedures adopted by other livery companies. As such, your committee now recommend to this court the approval of the draft supplemental charter and schedule of bylaws presented by the Worshipful Company of Needlemakers. My Lady Mayor.
Thank you, Sir William. That then is to agree. On the contrary, the Lady Mayor declares the motion to be carried. I think this is your first ever hat-tricks.
Yes. Well, some would say, let's leave the best. Thank you, Town Clerk. And finally, my Lady Mayor, your General Purposes Committee considered a report of the Remembrance Act concerning the petition of the Company of Human Resource Professionals to be constituted as a livery company of the City of London. we agreed to bring forward their petition for final approval here. And now therefore ask this court to grant the Company of Human Resource Professionals petition to be recognised as a livery company of the City of London and to approve their constitution and ordinances. Given that these proposed constitution and ordinances conform to the law and custom of the city, we recommend that the Company of Human Resource Professionals be then constituted a livery company of the city with the title, the Worshipful Company of Human Resource Professionals, that the formal grant be embodied in letters patent under the mayoralty seal, that the proposed constitution and ordinances be approved and enrolled among the records of the Port of Aldermen as the 114th livery company of this great city. My Lady Mayor.
Thank you, Sir William. So that is to agree. Or on the contrary, the Lady Mayor declares the motion to be carried. Items 5 and 6 on your agenda can be taken together. The motion is that the precepts be issued and the usual order for keeping the hospitals here be passed. That's to agree. On the contrary, Lady Mayor declares the motion to be carried. And finally, item 7 of your agenda concerns the appointment of the Easter preacher. Alderman, Sir Andrew.
Aye, Lady Mayor. I move that the Bishop of Kensington, the Right Reverend Dr. Emma Einson, be requested to preach before this court and the governors of the several hospitals of this city at the Guild Church of St. Lawrence Jewry on Thursday, the 5th of March, 2026. Also, that the Vicar of St. Lawrence Jewry be requested to grant permission for the use of St. Lawrence Jewry Church, settle the details of the service, brief the Right Reverend Dr. Emma Einson, and conduct the service. I so brief, my lady.
Thank you, Sir Andrew. Is the motion seconded, please? Alderman Sir Charles.
My Lady Mayor, I am delighted to second the motion.
That then is to agree. And on the contrary, the Lady Mayor declares the motion to be carried. My Lady Mayor, that then is all the business which I am.
Thank you, Town Clerk. So that brings today's meeting to a close. Can I say congratulations again to those on the gallery? But thank you to everyone observing online, and I wish you all a very pleasant afternoon. Thank you.